Friends, here I will be talking about case conversion operations of Python strings. See, we already know how to list different types of operations or methods for a given object, that is using dir function. Now here first let me list the available operations or methods on string object or on string data type. So simply with the help of dir of string, see that these all are different types of operations or methods which are available on our strings. And here we are going to discuss about these operations. And if you observe, remaining all operations are starting with the two underscores. So actually all these operations are for documentation purpose. So we will discuss about this kind of operations while working with oops concept. That's fine. And here in all these operations, some of the operations are for case conversion. That means assume that you have a string with lowercase. And if you want to convert your string into uppercase, then you have to use a method called upper. Or if you want to convert your string into title format, you have to use title method. Likewise, we have different types of methods to work with case conversion. So here we are going to cover those case conversion operations on strings. And we'll discuss about remaining operations in our next videos. So the different types of case conversion operations or methods are, here one more point before entering into our concept, you have to know what is the difference between a function and a method. Let me explain with a simple explanation. See, till now we use some functions like length, dir, help, print. All these are functions. So simply if anything is ending with parenthesis, then we are calling that as a function. Now, what about method? Method is also a function and it is also going to end with parenthesis. But how to differentiate them? See, actually method is also a function, but while implementing method, we will follow oops concept. But as of now, we don't know what is oops concept. That's why just I am giving some simple clue to differentiate function and method. See, simply if anything is ending with parenthesis, that is a function. Then just assume that you have some variable or some object, let's say myvar dot my function. Now here first of all, my function is a function, but that function is applying on your variable or object with a dot operation. That's why you have to call this as a method. That's it. So that is the simple clue point to differentiate a function and method. Anyway, we'll get clear cut idea while working with functions and also while working with oops concept. That's fine. Now let me list the available case conversion methods on strings. See, these all are different types of methods to work with case conversion. So if you observe here, string dot your function. That's why this function we are calling as a method. So string dot, string is a variable or directly a string. And here one more important point about strings is strings are immutable. Means once a string is defined, then it cannot be changed, but we can redeclare it with a new value. Let me explain about this immutable concept. So here suppose I am defining my data as Python. Now here let me apply one of the method called upper on this string data. See, the purpose of upper method is to convert your string into uppercase. Now let me print your data after doing your uppercase method operation on your data. Still you are getting your data in lowercase only, because strings are immutable. That means whatever the operation you are applying, that won't change original data. Instead of that, on the fly it will modify and it will display the result. Now to print the result of this operation, you have to use print function, or you can store this result into a variable and then you can print it. See, I'm taking one more variable. Let's say my data upper equals to. Then now instead of my data, you have to print upper to see the uppercase data of your original data. That's it. Fine. Now let me go with one by one with all your case conversion operations. So for that I am taking string as Python scripting. So here I have taken Python scripting with the combination of lower and uppercase letters. Now first let me go with the print my data dot lower. So directly I am printing the result. See the result? Yes, you are getting your entire string into lowercase. So instead of directly printing, we know that we can store that operation result into a variable. Let's say my data lowercase equals 2. And then you can print that variable. That's it. Save it and run it. Yes, we are getting. Now, along with your data, if you want to print some extra message, yes, we can do it by using our f strings concept. See, the data in lowercase is, so that is our variable my data l. That's why you have to keep that inside of curly braces. Then save it and run it. Yes, it is working perfectly. That's fine. Now let me define one more variable, my data uppercase. So into this variable, I want to store my original data in the form of upper case letters. So that is the operation. Now let me take one more variable with capitalize. See, capitalize is nothing but the first character in your string will be converted into uppercase. That's it. Then my data title format. See, title format means in each and every word, the first character will be uppercase. That's it. Now let me do that. Then my data swap. Swap means in your original string, suppose first character is in lowercase, that will be converted into upper. But second character is in uppercase, that will be converted into lowercase. That is the meaning of swap case method. Now let me print all variables one by one. My data, let me print uppercase, comma, my data capitalize, then my data title format, then my data swap. Save it and run it. See the result? Uppercase, all are uppercase up to this. Then Python scripting. This is capitalized format. Only first character is capital letter. Python scripting. In each word, first character is uppercase. That is the title format. Then last one is swap. So capital P you are getting here instead of getting small p. That's it. And here you can apply all these methods on your variable and also directly on a string. See, suppose I am printing Python using print function. Yes, we can print it, right? You are getting your output Python. Let me comment this 9th line. Yes, you are getting output as Python. Now on this string directly you can apply your required case conversion method. Let's say upper. Now see the result. Yes, so be clear. You can directly apply your methods on your variable or on your strings. Fine. Now along with these operations, we are also having some Boolean operations on your strings. They are like string.islower. See, the purpose of this method is to verify whether your string is in lowercase or not. Suppose if your string is in completely lowercase letters, it will give the result as true. Let me show you that. I am going to comment your entire logic using triple quotes. Now let me define a new data equals to, let's say simply Python. Now print my data dot is lower. See the result? You will get a true because all characters are in lowercase. Suppose if you take any one of the character in uppercase letters, then see the result, false. So likewise is upper, then is title. So if your string is in the form of title format, then only it will give result as true. Title format means in each and every word, first character should be in capital letter. Then is alpha. See, suppose, let me take here itself is alpha. Save it and run it. You are going to get result as true, because your string consists of alphabets only, irrespective of your case, either upper or lower. First of all, it consists of alphabets. That's why you are getting true. Suppose if I include any number, let's say 4 anywhere or any number, see the result false. Now let me define a string with digits. So I am taking my data equals to, inside quotations I am writing some numbers, but you have taken quotations, that's why this is a string. Now if I print my data dot is digit parenthesis, now see the result true. Your data is forming with digits only, right? That's why it is true. Then is identifier. See, if you remember, I told that one more name for variable is identifier. See, suppose I am defining my data as, let's say, my var. Now if you want to consider this as a variable name, yes, you can take it. But before that, if you want to validate whether this is a valid variable name or not, valid identifier or not, yes, we can verify using my data dot is identifier method. Now suppose if it is giving result as true, that means this data we can take as a variable name also. Suppose if I start with 2, first of all, this is a valid string. Simply this string we are storing into this variable. Now my data is a variable. Suppose if you want to take a variable name with this name, is it valid or not? We know that that is not a valid, because variable name should not start with a number. So that we can also validate using this method. See the result? You are getting false. That means you should not start any variable with numbers. That's it. And this result also you can store into a variable. Let me take a variable called is valid identifier. You can take any variable. Then print is valid identifier. Save it and run it. See the result? You are getting as false. That means we cannot take this as a variable name, valid variable name. That's fine. So these are the Boolean case conversion operations on strings. See here, why I am calling them as Boolean case conversion operations means the result of all these operations we are getting either true or false. And we know that true or false are the Boolean data types in our Python. And here, along with these Boolean case conversion operations, we are also having some other operations like is space. Suppose if your string consists of space, then it will give result as true, else it will give result as false. And then is decimal, is ASCII, you just go through them. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video.